So we are beginning the third lecture on rheumatoid factor. These are very small lectures actually. So this is part 3 of rheumatoid arthritis. This is dedicated to the management of rheumatoid arthritis. These are not inclusive of all the managements, because that cannot be covered, and that is not the idea of this lecture actually. This is an introductory lecture to rheumatoid arthritis. So for management, what is the goal of management? So goal of management is suppress inflammation, control symptoms and prevent joint damage. So idea is to suppress the pathology. First of all, it should be to reduce the symptoms. First of all, we have to reduce the symptoms of the patient, then perhaps alter the pathophysiology, and then prevention of destruction of joints and prevention of complications of the disease and also of the treatment. So there are some pharmacological and non-pharmacological measures. Some non-pharmacological measures, dietary habit and exercise, and also patient education. For any chronic disease, the importance of patient education is very important. Otherwise, their patient might not adhere to the proper treatment. So for control of symptoms, there are some variation in the protocol in the treatment. Like there are ACR criteria, ACR protocol, and there are other protocol. What I am following here is taken from the Davidson, and I am telling you this is not the exact protocol which has been suggested by the American College of Rheumatology. So this is a bit different, but Davidson is also an recognized textbook on medicine, so I am going to follow it. So first of all, we have to manage the symptoms. For symptoms of management, we can use non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs and use steroid. It will depend on the severity of the pain. And from the diagnosis, we have to give disease modifying drugs. These disease modifying drugs belongs to two categories. Now one category is conventional and the other group is biologics. So what are the conventional disease modifying drugs? These are usually methotrexate, sulfasalazine, hydroxychloroquine, and there is a leflunomide, and there are other drugs also. So methotrexate, sulfasalazine, hydroxychloroquine and leflunomide. These are 4 drugs. These are conventional disease modifying drugs, and this should be started from the beginning. And there are also biologics, first line biologics for rheumatoid arthritis is TNF alpha blocker. So in short, what is the idea? We should start according to this protocol. This is not, I am again telling, this is not suggested by the ACR. According to this protocol, we should start prednisolone 30 mg per day and reduce 5 mg every 2 weekly, and ultimately taper off the prednisolone over 3 months. At the same time, we will start methotrexate and increase the methotrexate and reach highest level like 25 mg at the end of 3 months. So this is the idea. We will start methotrexate and steroid and and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs simultaneously. We will raise the dose of methotrexate. We will reduce the dose of steroid, and at the 3 months, with the hope that the disease is controlled, we will stay only on the methotrexate. There are some variations according to DAS. If DAS 28 is rising or is not declining, then we have to adjust this regime. Like we can add sulfasalazine and hydroxychloroquine along with the methotrexate. And if after 3 months we have to assess the condition of the patients. If patient DAS28 is less than 2.6, the patient is in remission, we might continue the present medication, triple therapy, methotrexate, sulfasalazine, hydroxychloroquine. If DAS28 is 2.6 to 5.1 in the moderate activity, then we might change to a different DMRs. If after 3 months of treatment DAS28 is more than 5.1, we might add biologics. There are some other instances where biologics might be started from the beginning. I am again telling you this protocol is not the exact protocol which has been suggested by the ACR, American College of Rheumatology. One important factor that I want to say that this protocol differs from the ACR is that here the prednisolone doses started from 30 milligram per day, whereas in ACR Euler criteria the maximum dose should be 7.5 or 10 milligram per day. In rheumatoid arthritis, they are suggesting for rheumatoid arthritis that 7.5 milligram should be prescribed. And there are many other things, because if we want to start conventional DMRs or biologics, we have to immunize the patient. Immunization has to be done for hepatitis B, pneumococcus and influenza. So before starting these things, we have to immunize the patient. And now we have a complete picture that what is the disease. This is a polyarticular inflammatory arthritis. How to diagnose? We have ACR criteria. That criteria has 4 domains. What are the domains? Joint affected, duration of symptoms, serological test and inflammatory markers. After diagnosis, how can we assess the severity? We have to use the DAS28 marker. What are the cutoff? 2.6, less than 2.6 remission, 2.6 to 5.1 moderate disease activity, more than 5.1 severe disease activity. So according to these parameters, we have to decide the treatment for the patient. Now what is the treatment? Before treatment, we should immunize the patient. And what are the treatment? We should give non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, steroids and conventional DMRs and biologics agents. And we have to monitor the patient. We have to monitor the patient both in clinical settings like using DAS28 and with investigations. What are those investigations? CBCSR, urinary, SGPT, serum creatinine. So in short, this is the end of part 3 of rheumatoid arthritis. Hope this will be helpful for all of us to have a little bit of understanding of the diagnosis, investigations, monitoring and management of rheumatoid arthritis. Of course, there are variables. This is not absolute management or absolute diagnosis or absolute investigations. According to patient severity, patient's manifestations, extraarticular manifestations, the treatment, the investigations, many things might be changed. But at a glance, this is the idea. So that's the end of part 3 of rheumatoid arthritis. Thank you everyone.